Hello, friends. It's Matt Murphy, 9 minutes after 5 o'clock. It's the Matt Murphy Radio Show. Proud that you've decided to join us for whatever time you're able to give. Many of you getting off work and you're encountering what is a typical, get off work traffic situation. I apologize for that. I can't do anything about it. I mean, I don't know what to do. I blame Ken Weaver myself.
I say you just turn up your radio and listen to the Murphy Show.
I like that idea a lot. There's a lot going on, a lot of red on the board there. Ken?
Ooh, well, there's some black on the board, too. That means you're coming to a complete stop.
Wait, I thought that was red, Ken.
No, red is bad enough. But black, that means you're coming to a stop.
It goes red, and then you get into a little purpley. I mean, it goes real deep red, and then, ooh, that's nasty.
It's not looking good out there, folks.
Oh, my goodness. If you're going that way, you better give yourself a minute or two. And people say, that way? What's that way? Yeah, that way.
But if you're right past that big old tree.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
If you're going that way, just restart the show. You might have time to listen to us twice.
You know what I want to encourage you to do? If you're going that way, just turn around and go the other way. Just see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Well, just cruise right on by work. Go to a local. Yeah, I used to one of the radio stations that I worked with in Birmingham. They had to tell the guy to stop doing this because he would encourage people to stop off and have themselves a couple of pops before getting back.
Hey, everybody, traffic too bad?
If the traffic's bad enough, just stop off at a watering hole and throw back a few and get back in the car and drive on home.
Yeah.
At some point, the general manager's like, man, you need to stop telling people to drink and drive.
Sir, that's a felony.
That's literally telling people to drink and drive. Because what? I'm just trying to loosen people up. Yes, exactly. That's right. Don't do that. So we wouldn't recommend that, but I understand it.
And if it happens, tell them Matt Murphy sent you.
Oh, sure. Why not? There's a couple of places that I would recommend around here. A lot of you popping off about the state of affairs in the city. I'm fascinated with the number, and I'm willing to have this conversation with you. But your suggestion that crime is rampant and out of control is not justification for the federal government to take over the matter of crime and policing in our local cities. Folks, that is not the federal government's job. It never has been. Never and shouldn't be. Guys, and I'm not here to, my grandpa always said, you can preach to the choir if you want to, but next Sunday you might not have a choir. And my thought was always, it might be okay to preach to the choir just a little bit, but don't start condemning the choir to hell because, then you certainly won't have a choir next Sunday. Y'all understand the analogy? And we are all one big family here, and so we can have these types of discussions. But it is not the role of the federal government to take over where local governments are failing. That is a matter for the people to take up at the polling place. And if local officials in Memphis are failing the people of Memphis, then the people of Memphis have to do something about that. And if they refuse to do that, Memphis will continue to dry up and Memphis will eventually blow away. Same with Nashville, Tennessee. Same with any other community. But for those of you that are going, well, what are you supposed to do, Matt? The crime is running rampant. Do you understand what you get if you get federal control of your security apparatus around the United States of America? I mean, understand something. If all you value is security, I would encourage you to move to North Korea. If you value security above all else, North Korea is pretty darn secure, y'all. They don't have any electricity. They don't have enough food. And they sure as hell don't have any freedom. But they're secure. I mean, they don't have crime problems either. Right? So it's always going to be, and it always has been, a balancing act between individual liberty, personal liberty, and general security and the health and stability of any given community. And I do not believe that it is constitutional, nor do I believe it's advisable to take away local control of our crime and policing apparatus and hand it over to a state or a federal government, and the state obviously has some role and some say, more so than the federal government, but we remain 50 separate state experiments. And the 10th Amendment still means something to me, and I hope that it means something to you. And I understand the frustration that people have about Memphis, and I would encourage the local Memphis folks to vote better representation into that office. And if it gets bad, and look, an argument could be made that it's bad enough that it's time for the governor to step in. And I believe that gubernatorial candidate Marsha Blackburn has already weighed in on this and said that were she governor, that she would strongly consider it, especially when it comes to Memphis. I don't believe that we've gotten there in Nashville. I do believe that the mayor and many on the Metro Council are binding the hands of the Metro Nashville Police Department by not giving them the tools necessary to battle crime in the manner in which they would like to. And that's sad. It will eventually not only affect the residents of this community, and it already is, it will eventually affect tourism, which will impact our economy, which will in turn create a double effect on the residents of this community. 5337 writes in and says, if Nolensville has one liquor store and can have one for every 5,000 people, and they have 17,000, doesn't that mean that they could just build two right away? Okay, I'm going to lean on our newsman, our intrepid news reporter, Ken Weaver, on this story, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that young Mr. Weaver has been reporting on this story throughout the course of the afternoon. Ken?
Well, they could build two right away, but I was just sticking with one.
So what is the story behind this?
Well, apparently Nolensville had a no liquor store policy there for a while.
Okay.
Why would they have that?
Now they have one liquor store.
All right.
This ordinance they're voting on tonight, according to Channel 4, would allow a liquor store for every 5,000 residents.
Okay.
So, with 17,000 residents, that means if this ordinance passes, they could start building another liquor store right away. Now, they could do two liquor stores, too.
Sure.
I just didn't get all technical.
Yeah, right. But, I mean, yeah, the idea is that they could, if this ordinance passes, they can build themselves another liquor store.
That's right.
Or two.
Or two, yes.
Well, they're building up. And have y'all been to Nolensville lately?
I go to that brewery over there in Nolensville.
Ooh, let me tell you, if I had to deal with that traffic that I experienced there on, I guess that's 41, if I had to experience that traffic on a daily basis, they better have a liquor store pretty often.
I'm saying, man, what if there's a line, like, I feel like once you introduce the liquor store, what if there's a line at the liquor store? You can't go to the other one.
Because there's only the one.
Yeah.
Man, would you not, if I'm that one liquor store guy,
no more.
You're a teetotaler, man.
I'd be up there saying, listen, this is going to lead to people jumping off buildings. They're going to be setting fires. You only need one liquor store, and that's mine.
First comes the liquor. Then comes the dancing. Then comes the smooching.
And before you know it, men and women are swimming together.
Laying down together. 9 months later, here comes the baby carriage.
And they'll be listening to the heathen rock and roll.
Rubbish. Oh, no,
Wearing blue jeans and beads and all.
Multiple liquor stores is the devil.
Have y'all ever heard?
Just ask Miss Boucher.
It reminds me of, have y'all ever heard, it's the greatest example of political doublespeak in the history of the United States of America. And it was a speech written by a state representative out of the state of Louisiana, and his name was Soggy Sweat. His last name was Sweat, and his nickname was Soggy.
Why'd they call him Soggy?
Because he's a big fella, and he's
always sweating.
And he's always sweating. It's hot. Hot down in the bayou. And Soggy Sweat was asked to give a speech on the legalization of alcohol.
Of hooch.
Of the hooch. And I might at some point over the course of the day find that speech and deliver it for you, because it is one of the most fabulous examples of political doublespeak. Because I promise you, those city councilors down there, in one ear, they got the Baptist church talking to them, the members of the congregation of their Sunday school class. And on the other side, they got the business community going, we would do well. And we're trying to build these residences out here, and we're going to need us another liquor store. Listen now, we believe in prudence. But at the same time, we need a few libations.
Let's just make them close on Sundays.
Like God intended. Look. Y'all do what you need to do in Nolensville, but I better not be waiting in line to get liquor. Come on.
Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing here?
Maybe they don't have a lot of drinkers down there in Nolensville.
It was my argument, y'all. And I don't know if this is the case for Tennessee. Is Lynchburg still dry? Surely not.
Lynchburg?
I heard. I was told when I went on the tour.
Oh, that's right.
That Lynchburg, Tennessee, was in a dry county. And I imagine that there are still some dry counties in the state of Tennessee. There certainly were some years ago in the state of Alabama. And my argument has always been that, maybe that works back in the day. But nowadays, with automobiles, all you're encouraging is drinking and driving by having dry counties. That's all you're doing.
Everybody's driving to the wet county, if you will.
Right. And they're driving to the wet county, and they're buying them some hooch, and then they get in their car, and then those cold beers are sitting right there beside them. And then they're driving home, and they're like, I probably shouldn't have one, but I'll just pop one cold one.
Says right here, yes, Lynchburg, Tennessee remains in a dry county.
It's like when Tennessee was a dry campus.
Knoxville?
Yeah. Up until they started selling beer in the stadium my junior year.
Oh, well, on camp. Oh, come on.
On campus.
Jackson.
Oh, at the stadium.
Jackson. Jay Willie. That's a long. I don't know how many games that I have been in Sanford Stadium at the University of Georgia.
Where you would wear some extra cowboy boots?
Well, because you know what? They're not checking me.
They're not checking it. Hey, they were.
You know what I mean? Why would they do that? Or watching as the younger folk just got tore up from the floor up before the game.
Hammered.
Because they gotta hold that buzz throughout 4 quarters of football.
Now, this is what you do. You go with a buddy. You each stuff your boots with airplane bottles. And then you each split a large soda of your choice.
Uh-huh.
A plus B equals C.
Yeah, I get that.
Ken, you catch my drift?
I do.
I think we're picking up what you're laying down.
We're picking up what Brother Jackson is laying down.
You're leaving it right where we can find it. All right, 22 after the hour. I'm going to try to find that soggy sweat. But, yeah, good for Nolensville.
You're going to try to find your soggy sweat?
I'm going to try to find the soggy sweat. Plus, RFK speaking before the halls of Congress and laying down some truth bombs. We'll share that with you in a moment at 22 after the hour. Don't forget, we got Nincompoops at 5:35. After that, I'm going to ask of you what questions you would want answered from the 7th Congressional District candidates. There will be 4 on stage. Matt Van Epps will be on stage. Gino Bolso will be on stage. Jody Barrett will be on stage. And Lee Reeves will be on stage tomorrow night at the Cabaret. Doors will be opening up around this time. So in less than 24 hours, you'll have a seat to the party. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be revealing. It will be broadcast on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. And listen, folks, this is going to determine representation for the present and future of the 7th Congressional District, and it matters. I'm interested in your questions. We'll get to those questions coming up in a couple of minutes on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. 29 minutes after, it is Super Talk 99.7 WTN. 5668 says, oh, no, you're cutting off the great one, Mark Levin. I might listen to you after 7 tomorrow. Then 5668 says, I can only stand to listen to him for a short amount of time. Hold on a second, my friend. What does that mean, my friend? What, are you a dope?
Oh, you missed it. I wanted to do it.
You big dope?
You dope.
You dope?
Dope.
Dueling Levins. Dope.
Dope. Mine kind of sounds like Homer Simpson.
Yeah, yours is more dough from Homer, but it's all good. 7 to 9, and yes, we will be interfering with the Levin Show. Our apologies for you Levin supporters out there. Those of you that love Mark, I love Mark, and we'll hear him come Monday at 7 p.m. Well, actually, you'll hear him from 9 to 10 tomorrow night on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. When Prohibition was repealed, all counties in the U.S. had to vote on liquor. Yeah, no, I get all that. I understand that. Lynchburg just doesn't have enough population to support the vote. I think at this point, Lynchburg being dry is a hook. I mean, I don't. I mean, you can drink on property at the Jack Daniels facility because I did. They have a tasting room at the Jack Daniels facility. I think it's a part of the lore.
No, I think that tasting room is a sovereign nation.
Well, that's the way I look at it. When I was there, you got Jack Daniels, you got Gentleman Jack, you got Single Barrel, and you got that Cinnamon Fire, and that was it. Now they got all this.
Have you ever tried Jack Daniels Vanilla?
I have not.
Put that in a little Diet Coke. Change your life.
Will it now?
It's very good.
I mean, I'm an old man. There's not a lot that can change my life anymore, Jackson.
It's cheap, too. It's like $8 a bottle.
Okay. $8
in college.
Oh, now we might.
Price is probably
now
$14 now.
Yeah, they got all this flavor. They got Applejack too, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
What's that cinnamon you were talking about?
Jack Fire.
Cinnamon Jack Fire.
It's good. It's less sweet than a typical cinnamon whiskey, like a Fireball. It's much less sweet. Got more bite to it. Much preferred. If I drink a flavored whiskey, I'm drinking Jack Fire. I like Jack Daniels. I'm a simple man, a man of simple tastes.
Yeah.
I'm all good with Jack.
I had a troublesome relationship with Jack Daniels.
Did you now? Have y'all repaired said relationship?
Oh,
or are you still on the out?
Yes, sir. We stay away from each other.
Oh, yeah. You just agree to stay across the room from one another.
Yeah. An amicable split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all can go to the same parties. Just Jack stay over there and Ken will stay over here, and we'll be all right.
I love him to death.
You'd hug his neck if he were here right now.
Sir.
You just don't want to. You just don't want to get too close to him.
Right.
Because he'll hug you right back.
Oh, he will.
And then before you know it, you're hugging something else.
Yes, sir.
The cool side of the commode. I've been there, too.
Been there.
I've been there and done that. 0792, Matt tried Jack Fire with pineapple juice. What? Okay. I mean, I'll try just about anything once.
So send in your liquor store suggestions, and Matt will try every single one of them before going on stage at the debate tomorrow night.
Here's what I'll tell you I'll do. If y'all send me liquor store suggestions, I'll drive down to Nolensville, and I'll buy all of this at the one Nolensville liquor store.
There you go.
And then you'll try it right before you moderate that debate?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm all good.
I wonder how many liquor store owners are going to be at that meeting tonight.
Potential liquor store owners.
Might be one or two. I've got the Soggy Sweat speech, by the way. I might deliver this a little bit later on because it's as good as I remember it. We'll get into RFK in a moment as well. If you got any comments on that, please, by all means. RFK was laying it down. Yes, the pharmaceutical industry has way too much of a stranglehold in Washington, D.C. It was on display today. It's 32 after the hour on Super Talk. You know, say what you will about the possibility of Donald Trump taking over crime and policing in places like Chicago, Memphis, Baltimore, Maryland. He is obviously well within his right to take care of this in Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, different than, for example, Memphis. However, the liberal reaction to his takeover has been nothing short of embarrassing and hilarious. Donald Trump has managed to position political leftists into a corner, and now they are actually arguing in favor of crime. Headline from the Associated Press. D.C. lawsuit challenges Trump's National Guard deployment as a forced military occupation. The District of Columbia Thursday challenged President Donald Trump's use of the National Guard in Washington, asking a federal court to intervene even as he plans to send troops to other cities in the name of driving down crime. I don't know that Trump's going to send those troops to other cities. Maybe I might be wrong. I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of different ways to skin a cat, as the phraseology used to go. I don't use that phraseology anymore because cat lovers get mad at me, but one way or the other. There's a lot of ways to take care of that business. You could send troops in to protect federal installations, for example, without giving them the authority to patrol city streets. But it might have a similar style effect. Anyway, Brian Schwalb, the district's elected attorney general, said in a lawsuit that the deployment, which now involves more than 1,000 troops, is, quote, an illegal use of the military for domestic law enforcement. So you're arguing against criminal law enforcement. Why? Because you claim that the District of Columbia is not under the jurisdiction of the President of the United States of America, which I would suggest you go back to Section 740 of the Home Rule Act of 1973, which, by the way, created your position. The elected district attorney in Washington, D.C., your position was created by the Home Rule Act of that 1973 year. And if you read the act passed by Congress, Congress gave certain local authority to you elected officials, and it withheld the ability to take back certain authority if and when the President of the United States determines that an emergency is at hand. Well, the President has determined that there is an emergency in Washington, D.C. involving crime, criminal behavior that is going unchecked by local police authorities. So he's taking over those police officers under his jurisdiction, and he's empowering the National Guard to assist and facilitate the elimination of crime in our nation's capital, something that every legal mind that I've talked to said that he is well within his right to do. Now, I would agree with that. In my analysis of what's going on, I would say this, that I don't believe the presidential authority extends to places like Chicago and Memphis, because I do not believe that you have specific acts of violence or rioting or civil unrest within these jurisdictions that merit overriding a governor's will on these things. And thus far, the Illinois governor, Pritzker, the Baltimore governor, Wes Moore, Tennessee governor, for that matter, Bill Lee, they have declined to request assistance from the President of the United States, and they have declined themselves to call for the National Guard to be called up. I just find it amazing that the District of Columbia is now arguing for more crime, because there's no question the crime rate has gone down since the President took over the patrolling of the streets through the National Guard and through the D.C. police. All right, it's 45 after the hour. We do it every day at this time. It's time for Nincompoop Said the News, ladies and germs. Friends, I'm going to be honest with you. I think I was in the lead yesterday, but I'm not really certain. What? What?
It was me.
What do you mean it was you?
I won with my late submission of the Alabama Crimson Tide. You remember that, don't you? I got a bunch of votes at the end because you brought up that my nincompoop wasn't naked for the first time in a while. And I said, I got a good naked one for you. Mm-hmm. The Alabama Crimson Tide defense after Florida State pantsed them this past Saturday.
You know what, Jackson? You make me suck my teeth. You know that?
I've never heard that before. But a lot of ways to kill a woodpecker. Ain't that right, Weaver?
More than one way to kill a woodpecker.
The most effective way, apparently, with a big old brick.
All right, fine. I predict that Jay Willie's going down in defeat today. Now, Ken, you've been off.
Yes, sir.
And so I have instituted, there's rules that are regularly instituted during Nincompoops in the News by yours truly, Matt Murphy, the host of the show.
Yes.
And, we instituted a rule by which the previous day's winner gets to go first.
Yes.
We also have a long-standing rule that there are to be no repeats on Nincompoops in the News.
No repeats.
But I'm instituting a rule, and it might be a little too late for today, but if you have been off for a period of a day or so and you offer a repeat, you are given a one-shot opportunity to follow up with a different story.
Okay. I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I feel bad because, we're all farming the same places. And,
yeah.
But it wouldn't have worked for Cameron yesterday because he was here on Tuesday and he had a repeat yesterday.
Well, that's right. See, so, that you get it.
I do. I'll throw flags if I need to.
Flag hell out of these people if you need to. Jackson, you claim you won. So go first.
We're going to Florida. Florida woman grabs her brother's genitals and chokes her mom because a PlayStation game went missing.
I mean, you could just...
Couldn't
you just stop right there? Couldn't you just stop right there?
That's it right there, man.
What? Just say it one more time.
Florida woman grabs her brother's genitals and chokes her mom because a PlayStation 4 game went missing.
The best part of that sentence.
Did she do it at the same time?
We're going to get into that, Ken.
The best part of that sentence is the fact that it's a woman, not a girl, not a teenager,
right.
Not a juvenile, a woman. Go.
In September, or earlier this week, jurors in Judge Peter Brigham's courtroom in Florida took just 20 minutes to convict 21-year-old Alexandra Dominguez of strangulation and battery, according to a social media update from the 5th Judicial Court State Attorney's Office, and it all began over a missing PlayStation 4 game. Court records show the incident happened earlier last year when deputies with the Marion County Sheriff's Office were called to a home in Ocala, Florida, about 80 miles southeast of Orlando. The call stemmed from a heated altercation between Dominguez and two family members. According to reports, Dominguez had followed her brother and mother home from a local park where they had arranged to retrieve a PlayStation 4 gaming console. Reports say Dominguez's family instructed her to wait outside while one of the victims went inside to bring her the console. When the device was handed over, Dominguez allegedly became irate over a missing box and game. After noticing the missing game, deputies say Dominguez pushed her brother to the ground, grabbed his genitals, and pulled on his beard before placing her hands around her mother's throat and choking her when her mother tried to intervene. Both victims showed injuries that matched their statements, according to Sheriff's Office.
Getting him from
Don't know
both
how they
ends.
checked that one. Dominguez had fled the scene, and deputies attempted to reach Dominguez by phone, but she did not answer. A warrant was later issued for her arrest, and she was taken into custody.
I'm not saying I'm not saying you got to let go with your left hand, and I'm not saying you got to let go with your right hand, but one end has got to have some relief.
Yes, sir. Just shoot up in here amongst us.
Because one of us has got to have some relief.
Is there a photo of Miss Dominguez?
Yes, there is, Ken.
I gotta see it. Let me.
I bet she's just smoking hot.
She's
Is she a good-looking woman there,
she's
Jackson?
not bad.
We've seen worse crackheads on this segment.
I can't believe I'm about to say this. This is something that I never thought that I would say in my radio career. Oh, man. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Jackson, can we class up this show a little bit? Can we?
I thought I was never told anything about class.
I feel like we're going in the wrong direction with Nincompoops here.
Man, that is funny.
We've gone from naked, just random nakedness to.
Well, and you know there was a bunch of screaming and caterwauling, too. The brother was probably,
Whoa, 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 whoa,
What are we doing? What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing here?
oh, my gosh.
Yeah, there was probably a general amazement that led to abject terror and then probably some pain. You know,
that is not a happy-looking young woman.
The
right
worst
there.
thing they said is they had injuries that coagulated their story.
Corroborated.
Whatever.
What you're looking for.
So,
Well, there might have been some coagulation.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
wait, what's coagulation?
It's a pooling and a drying of fluids.
But
Oh.
what do you mean they had well, wait a second, officer.
Oh, my.
There's a lot of people. Y'all don't vote for the man before we get ours out. Ken, we just go ahead and go.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
Here we go. Middle Tennessee man threatened to blow up UT Veterinary Hospital over pet spider monkey. A Middle Tennessee man facing charges after police say he threatened to blow up the University of Tennessee Veterinary Hospital on River Drive in Knoxville. Happened around 5 o'clock What? No, last month.
Oh, okay.
I was getting ready to say, this morning? All right, it happened around 5 o'clock last month on a Thursday. According to a police report, the officer who filled out the report said they were called to the hospital after it received the threat. The officer said 37-year-old Joseph McNorman called the hospital asking for his pet spider monkey to be seen. He was told he would have to wait until the clinic opened around 7:30 in the morning. And he told the operator, if my monkey dies, I'm coming there to blow the whole effing building up. The clinic refused to serve McNorman after he made the threat. Well, sir, you're just going to have to go someplace else. Police were able to run a background check on the phone number, the report said, which led them to McNorman. He was charged with harassment and making a threat of mass violence. No word on how the little spider monkey's doing.
Oh, poor little spider monkey. Just
Do you even want to go? I feel like it's going to be a two-man race between me and Ken here.
Yes, I want to go. I mean, I'll go quickly, Jackson. Jeez.
Get your participation ribbon. We got a news to hit.
Bizarre. No, I don't think I want to go. Some lady wouldn't sell towels made in Israel. Anti-Semites. There. That was my story. Seattle, Washington. It was a Dollar General, and a customer came up, and the cashier found out that mine was a good one, too. I'm saving it till tomorrow. I ain't doing one today.
Tomorrow,
I'm not
Murphy.
doing one today. It's 53 after the hour. I refuse to participate in this setup. Vote Weaver and vote Jackson. Don't vote for me. Super Talk 99.7 WTN.